Hello everybody, it's me Roscoe and welcome to the last instalment of Game Day, and as you can see we're arrived at the CBS Arena for the final game of 2025 as Ipswich Town take on league leaders Coventry City in the Championship. Kieran Kelly's men have already beaten Frank Lampard's side this season earlier this month, a 3-0 win at Portman Road. That was a very statement win, wasn't it, for the Blues? Take on the Sky Blues. They're still top of the table. They drew their last game against Southampton. Town, of course, played out a stalemate against Millwall on Boxing Day, which was a disappointing game. But tonight could be interesting. Live on Sky, and it's cold. But we're going to get right into it. Hopefully it's a good game to watch. I predicted a draw, stayed on the fence. But Town, if they get a big win here today, that will open up big things, hopefully. But yes, final game of the year. Let's get inside, get some warmth, get some food, and bringing you the team news. Let's get right into it. Let's go. Okay, now in the warm, and we're here in the press conference room. This is where Frank Lampard and Kieran McKenna will be speaking to the press after the game. Hopefully Kieran McKenna will be happy sitting in that seat and celebrating 3 points, but we shall wait and see. Team news has just dropped, and I've also got my food, which is lasagna and chips. But I've just gone for the chips because I had lasagna yesterday, and I'm also going to have lasagna when I get home as well. So I didn't really want to go free lasagna Roscoe. So just chips for me with mayonnaise as the sauce, and there's ketchup available and other bits, barbecue sauce and that. But I don't know, I just fancied mayonnaise for some reason. So that's what I've gone for. But enough about that. Let's talk about team news, because there's 4 changes from Kieran McKenna's team, and those are as follows. The big one is Jacob Greaves is in for Leif Davis at left back. It sounds like he may have the sniffles. We'll find out a bit more. But he's missing in the game. The other 3 are Jack Taylor in for Jens Gustay, Sindra Waliageli coming in for Casey McAteer, and Jack Clark is on the left instead of Jaden Philogene. So those are the 4 changes. Coventry's team, the big standout is, of course, Luke Wolforden, the former Town player, the Ipswich-born player. Is in the back for the Sky Blues. So it'll be Ivan Azon versus Luke Wolforden. So we shall see how that pans out. But yes, we're going to go outside, get some snappy snaps as standard, bring the thoughts on the Cowie Army as well. So let's head outside. Let's eat these chips, which are fine. Fine, ladies and gentlemen, they're fine. And I've also got myself a biscuit with a cup of tea. So let's get that in the belly and let's head outside. Let's go. Boom. So here we go. The pitch side view. This is where I'll be in the first half. Hopefully they don't change, just like they did at Millwall. Town fans are in that corner over there, but that's the club photographer only over there. But yeah, this is the view. It's going to be a big crowd for this game. And we shall see what will happen. Missed the ball here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my snappy stats from the first half and bring you an half-time update. Yeah, this is my view. Town fans in the away end in full voice as standard. Right here, right now. Let's see what the first half brings. Here's some snappy stats. And of course, for the second game in a row, they switched ends. So the away fans are over there. I've had to sort of leg it over there. So yeah, but here's some first half snappy stats. Let's go. Okay then, I nearly forgot to do the half-time update. It's goalless. Town have had chances. Competitive first half. Town could have been 1-2-0 up in that one. Jacob Greaves very close. Jack Taylor. That's all match. I see who had a shot. Second half about to kick off. Let's see what happens. These are Sammy snaps. The second half, we'll chat the Cowie Army. Let's go. Blue Army's behind me. Let's do this. Well, full time here, and what a big result for Ipswich Town. 2-0 win against the league leaders Coventry as loads of beats. Great timing that, great timing. Here with good old Dazza, my friend. The away end was bouncing because of a big 3 points. Jack Clark, Wes Burns scored. Thoughts on that one, my friend?
Oh, absolutely marvellous. I've got to be honest. I've found that's a bit of a strange game because I feel like Coventry haven't really come with a game. They've just, it's like I found they were quite negative. I mean, that is perfect away performance. Yeah. Absolute textbook from us. Brilliant. We should have had something in the first half. To be fair, only apart from one crazy save, we should have done really. But you know, I was half expecting. I kept waiting for like there to be some big fight from Cov, considering where they are. I'd be asking big questions if I were their fans as to why was that their game today? Because it felt like they weren't pressing us. It felt like they weren't that interested in taking the game to us, considering they're at home, they're top of the table. But you know, we dominated most of that game, got the result that we absolutely deserved. And I have to say, that moment with Burnsy, 2-0 up, that's at the moment for me, that's pushing Philogene goal against Norwich for best moment of the season at the minute. That was such a great moment.
It's a lovely story, isn't it? You just come back from a really bad, the worst injury you can get in football. Although there's obviously injuries where your career's done. But like for him to make his second appearance and score.
I was there at Anfield back in January when we saw him go off, and that feels like an eternity ago now. And you think he's had to work so hard to get back here tonight, and just like that, he's on the score sheet in a massive game like this. I'm over the moon for him, you know, and he's proper fist pump at the end. God bless him, you know.
We love playing here, don't we? Because we have so many great moments. Obviously, the promotion season, Coventry last season, the FA Cup. We love this, my friend. It's not much really to say about the game, really. But one thing I want to sort of ask you, and I'm going to ask everybody else, what's your sort of few words to sum up 2025? Because for Ipswich Town, yes, it's not been so great, you know, relegation and losing every week, and so far in the Championship's been up and down, but what's your few words to sort of sum up 2025, and what a way to end it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we have taken a step forward as a club. I know relegation felt like a step back, but at the end of the day, we went up so fast. We've come back down. All the money that we spent, the recruitment that we've done, okay, some of it's been a bit questionable and it's yet to prove itself. But I'm hoping that it's the next step towards us becoming a team that, at the very, very least, is not going to. It's not going to be a one-season wonder to get out of this division. You know, we should be up there. We should be fighting for it. And I'm just hoping now that, you know, we go on to 2026 and bounce straight back.
Top man. Okay, next up we're joined by the King of the North, John Watson, my friend. Your daughter's recording because we've had a great away day, my friend. Thoughts on that one? 2-0, clean sheet, 3 points against the league leaders.
There's so much to say, isn't there? You could really talk about this one for a long time. Got to talk about the team performance, I think, rather than any individuals. That was a team effort. Like, everybody showed up today. So therefore, it's one of our best performances, because we've talked about too many times this season when some players have been a 6 or a 4, or you know what I mean? And not
inconsistent.
And not enough being at the game. Tonight we made the top of the table team look ordinary. I think we were the better side throughout. First half, you start thinking maybe we should have, or could have we have been, or we might regret going in without a score and all those kind of things, you know. And second half, we just did this more of the same. Can not really think of them having too much spells of pressure. That's maybe the first 5-6 minutes of the second half.
Yeah.
But they weren't that clever today. I think that's because we worked damn hard and we got the tactics right. Got to shout out Wes Burns.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, anybody who's followed Ipswich over the last 4 years will know what Wes Burns means to this club and what he's been part of. And to have such a cruel injury in the Premier League, and you wonder, is he ever going to come back? And I don't mean that against his attitude, but against that, it's a terrible injury for a pacey guy, isn't it? And to see him come on and to get his goal and the crowd to be singing his name, that was proper goosebumps moment. I'm chuffed for him. Result aside, league position aside, that's about somebody who's had a tough time and he's just had a moment, so let's celebrate that. So many people had good games. I thought, shout out to Jacob Graves. You know, I've always been a Graves fan, and I'm not saying that Kipre's been excellent. Yeah. But to come in at left back against good wingers, powerful wingers, pacey, you know, he's done really well. So first half, I thought he was excellent.
He really scored, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's done that a couple of times for us. You know, and I think he deserves a bit of a special mention.
Especially he's a big lad, and he's going down that, you know, running down that wing, and well played.
Cedric and O'Shea again, really strong at the back. Furlong, Taylor, you know, Clark.
Solid.
People.
Yeah.
Azon didn't have a great game, but he works so hard. Like, he can't knock his effort.
He's always on the floor, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was down on the floor way too much. Yeah. But when there's a ball played through, he's got surprisingly quick. And you know, for a man, everybody in that squad has contributed tonight. So, 3-0 at home, 2-0 away against the top of the table team.
The double. The double over a team, which is good.
We have to take confidence from that, and that should be a benchmark of where we need to be at more consistently. We're not always going to win every game, but we need to play like that consistently. Good effort. Yeah, lots to be pleased with tonight. What a good way to end the year.
Oh, yeah, and that's the next question, or final question I'll ask you, John. I just asked Dazza this as well. How would you sum up 2025? Because, it's been a tough season, tough year. Yeah. How would you sum up 2025?
Frustrating. Yeah, frustrating. Hopefully getting better. You know, points per game were edging up there. We're getting more consistent, or being less inconsistent anyway, whichever way you want to look at it. Lots to be pleased with at the moment, though, and hopefully, maybe with a couple of additions in the window, this is the start of the momentum building. I hope so. But we've been there before, so we're not getting carried away.
No,
we've got to enjoy these kind of moments.
Well, the thing is, with Coventry, we just love it here, don't we? I just said to Dazza.
Absolutely.
Last time in the Championship, we got a big result here.
Oh,
that was obviously in the running.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a great night.
A bit warmer that night.
Yeah, it was definitely. I think everyone was like in shorts or at least just shirts and everything.
Yeah.
Now we're like,
Wrapped
scarves wrapped up and
Yeah,
everything,
hat and
hats,
everything.
But yeah, mate.
That result was brilliant. So people go home happy, see them into the new year, and let's see if 2026 can get us there.
Top man.
Cheers, Ross.
Well, Steve, we were at the Den on Boxing Day and we saw a golden draw. Today we're at Coventry and we've seen a big win. 2-0 to Town. Thoughts on that one, my friend?
Superb. To be honest, every man from front to back put in a shift tonight. We were a little bit flat against Millwall. Tonight, the spark was there and we looked fantastic all the way through. Looked in control, looked comfortable, and really sort of Coventry just didn't look top of the table, 13 points ahead of us at that time. You thought it'd been the other way around. If only we play them every week.
Yeah, that was the song, weren't it? And
yeah,
it's incredible, isn't it, that we've now done the double over Coventry, and they didn't really show much, really. I was a bit disappointed by them, in both games, but we just had a game plan and we did well.
Absolutely. It's almost like Coventry were just trying to see us out and accept the point, because that would have given a 13-point gap going after this. And I think they were just doing that and hoping maybe nick a point and nick 3 points and at the end. But that
They're
game
at
plan
home.
just went.
Surely you got to go for it, but
absolutely, the game plan went completely wrong. Frank Lampard got his tactics wrong, and I think we got our tactics spot on, which was just to go in early, get under them quickly, and we never let them rest and settle and play their style. So that was McKenna masterclass.
Oh, it was indeed, and that's what we needed. Jack Clark, of course, good goal for him, but Wes Burns, everyone's going to talk about him. What a moment!
Heart. It makes me happy just to watch the joy on his face as that goes in, and a proper fist bump at the end. Not one of these sort of lame ones.
Yeah, Nunez and co.
Harry Clark, Luke Chambers. Now Wes Burns should hold that mantle as the fist bump king.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great moment.
Proper passion.
And a great way to end the year. I've been saying this to everybody else. How would you sum up the year as a whole? In two parts, really. You'd say it wasn't great the first of 2025, and then we've had ups and downs this season. But yeah, how would you sum it up?
Well, to be honest, Coventry kind of bookmarked that because we played them in the FA Cup down here in January, quite early on, beaten quite comfortably 4-1. We finished the year off away to them and comfortably beat them today. And in between, obviously, the Premier League didn't go as we'd hoped. And the Championship hasn't started quite as well, but hey, we're third in the table. I think Borough are losing 1-0 at the moment, and we could be sort of second place come New Year's Day. Everything to play for. So yeah, happy days.
So man, Happy New Year.
Cheers, bud. Happy New Year.
Okay, next up, we're joined by Irvin, my friend. We spoke in Blackburn. That was not great, but today, my friend, 2-0 win. Thoughts on that one?
Absolutely brilliant from minute 1 to minute 90. Yeah. If you want to talk about domination, that was domination. I can't recall them having a shot over the whole 90 minutes. Really? And every passage that we played, whether we had the ball at the back or in midfield or up front, we dominated. And when Walton had the ball at his feet, they didn't press him. Walton had all the time he wanted. He played at left, he played at right, and sometimes he just stood there with the ball at his feet. And you think, well, are they going to press him? No. So they're waiting for him to move it. And as soon as he moved it, we had the domination going forward, and they just didn't seem to have any idea. Did not have any idea, and that was great. That was great because people have been critical of us throughout the season, and I think I used a term at Blackburn. We haven't even taken the handbrake off yet, and tonight, even tonight, we didn't need to. No. We just stepped up. I thought at the first half we should have been two goals up.
Big chances, yeah.
We had some really good chances, but the second half. When you think they're going to say, right, we're top of the league, we're going to press, we're going to attack them, and they
The atmosphere went up a little bit, and I thought, oh, maybe they'll be.
Yeah,
didn't really.
But the fans were shouting and screaming for things. There's a far end. They had a penalty shout. Couldn't see whether it was or wasn't. But they were shouting for everything. They were shouting loud for everything. But they, at the same time, they never offered anything.
As you said, I can't remember a shot they had.
No, I couldn't remember a shot.
No.
We discussed that at half time, and they hadn't. And we said no, they haven't had a shot. And you get the 90 minutes, and they still haven't had a shot. And it's great. That shows the strength of the team. You want them to. We've wanted them all season to hit the ground running, and it doesn't seem like they've hit the ground running. And yet we're third, man. Now, remember, I said to you at Blackburn, we haven't taken a handbrake off, and we're fifth in the table. We haven't had to do anything to get into that position. And yet, imagine if we really start playing. We have to take this performance on to the next 3-4 league games.
Yeah, that's the problem. We go New Year's Day against Oxford, we go and lose, and you're like, oh, that's just for nothing. Well, it's not for nothing, but it's like, oh, we're now back to square one, and we've now got to bounce back from that. But,
we sooner or later, we've got to start playing good football. But it doesn't matter. If we're up to third at the moment. In the live table, we're 2 points behind Borough. The things will change. There's still what 60, 70 minutes to go in that. So
by the time you watch this, you know the result. But it is what it is.
But in the live table, we're 2 points behind them, and we haven't been playing brilliantly. That's great. That's great.
Sort of wrap up. How would you sort of wrap up 2025? How would you sort of sum it up as a whole? Because it's been ups and downs, but
there's been a lot of downs. We ended basically the whole of the Premier League year was a write-off. That was disappointing because I felt there were times that we could have turned up and put in a performance. Now we played Chelsea twice. And they didn't beat us. And that first half against Chelsea, we showed that we could have put in a bit better performance in several more games. Fulham, we're 2-1 up with a minute to go. And Clark, I'm standing in the home end, and that ball hits the post right in front of me, and I'm thinking, if that just creeps inside the post, that's 3-1, game over. Crystal Palace, they've had one shot on target,
they score it.
And they score it. And it's fine margins. It's fine margins. When we played Aston Villa at home, we should have beaten them. Man United at home.
That's 2024 though, mate.
But over the whole season.
Yeah, over the season.
It's fine margins.
Yeah.
And then you get some of the other games like Man City at home when we just don't even turn up.
Yeah, that was
Arsenal, Tottenham. There was.
Let's not remind us anymore.
No. But you look at it, and you think to yourself, oh come on, we can put in a better performance. We should be putting in a better performance against these teams, and we've let ourselves down. But and sometimes we've got basically a new squad this year, and that new squad has taken time to get together. And people hark back to the Championship year a couple of years ago, and they want us to be playing football like that. But we've got different players, and it's a different mentality. It's a different mindset, and we can't have those days again because those days were unexpected. That was a one-off, and now this year we've got I don't want to say better quality players. We've got players who
more
are
expensive.
More expensive, better calibre, and I think players would rather see us fighting back to win 3-2, 4-3, rather than us grinding out at 1-0. But we're in third. We're in third. And people haven't been happy, and I for the life of me, I don't get it. But it's great.
Good,
it's great.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Top man.
Yeah. McKenna is the king.
Okay then, interviews done and dusted. Big shout out to everyone who got involved once again. This is where, of course, the Blue Army was sitting and cheering and celebrating a big win. What a result that was for Kieran McKenna's side. Great moment for Wes Burns as well, as we spoke about. And what a way to end the year. We ended 2024 with a big win against Chelsea, and now we end the year with a big win against Coventry. Now walking back to the media room to, of course, upload this, edit some snappy snaps. But yeah, what a day. I want to say a big happy new year to you all. Thank you for watching all the content in 2025, and yeah, bring on 2026. And of course, back at Portland Road against Oxford United. See you there. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.